Hey guys, have you ever been talking to a for sale by owner or an expired on the phone and they say, yeah, we would let you come meet with us, but we have a family member or a friend in the business? Of course you have. We're going to talk about that objection and much more right now. All right, so Greg just tried to make a prospecting call and he got shut down.
Oh.
So we're going to set the appointment now, the right way. Say hi, Greg. Say hi to the world.
Howdy.
Say hi to you too.
Howdy.
All right, so we're gonna call this guy back. It's been about 10 minutes.
Hello, this is Brian.
Hi, hey, I was calling about, you have a home for sale?
I do, yes.
And you're selling that for sale by owner, is that right?
I am, yep.
Okay, cool. So my name's Alma. I'm with Century 21. I'm sure you've had a ton of agents calling you trying to list the property, right?
I have you.
Well, fortunately, the purpose for my call is we just sold a couple other properties not far from you there. So I was just calling to get some info about this house. Is that okay?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, cool. So tell me a little bit about it. How many bedrooms does it have?
5 bedrooms.
Okay.
The master's on the main level. 3 bedrooms upstairs, 1 bedroom downstairs.
You said the master's on the main?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, cool. So master on the main, 5, and then you said 2 up, 3 down. Is that what you said?
So 3 up, 3 upstairs, 1 on the main, which is the master, and then 1 downstairs.
Oh, okay. So master on main, 3 up, 1 down. That's an interesting configuration. That's cool. What year is the house?
It was built in 96.
1996. Cool. Okay. And then how many square feet is it?
3868, something like that.
3868. Okay, cool. And then how many bathrooms did you say?
3.5.
3.5. Perfect. Okay. And then what about the kitchen? Any upgrades there?
Yeah, it's really a pretty brand new kitchen within the last 3 years or so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my wife is actually a cabinet designer with a local cabinet company out of Brigham City that they do really, really nice work. So
very nice. Okay, so all upgraded. What type of cabinets did you put in?
Yeah, so on it's a real mix on all the bathrooms. The kitchen is is kind of a European white.
Yeah, so it looks updated for today's trends.
Yeah, very much.
Okay, cool.
The other plus on the kitchen is it's all Viking appliances.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just listed a property and put it under contract that had all Viking in the kitchen. Now, that seemed to be a big sales buzz for wives.
Yeah, I think I think it's pretty, I think, as you know, it's a pretty well-known, high quality brand. So
yeah, Viking or Wolf or the Jin Air, all really nice brand. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so every appliance, oven has got a double oven. We've got 2 ovens, one freestanding with the gas burners, and then the other is in the wall.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Convection ovens, and then a Viking microwave as well.
Now, did you guys do these upgrades to kind of help it sell, or was this something you kind of did just so you could?
Yeah, it was the selling part of it kind of came later. We were just hit that wonderful stage of being empty nesters. So we've got a 5-bedroom house and just the 2 of us. And
wow, yeah, that's
a
lot of space.
Yeah, we're kind of thinking. We've designed a home that when we have a lot kind of set aside in West Bountiful that we want to build on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And there's a builder. He built a home for us before, and he's got 1-acre lots that we're looking at building something smaller, but I want to do some things with the property. So
cool. That's exciting.
Yeah,
that's cool. Okay. And then what does the yard look like condition-wise?
It's in really good condition. I'll tell you about this. So the driveway was in really, really bad condition. So just last fall, I replaced had it professionally done, not me, but we had all the cement around the whole house replaced.
Oh, okay.
Driveway, large RV pad, just a 2-car garage, unfortunately. It does have a large RV pad, patio in the back, the sidewalk going up to the front door. All those were replaced with new cement.
Now, were they like sinking, or was there deterioration from salt, or what was it that made you want to?
It was mostly just deterioration, and then just the whole thing was in bad shape.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, and it just wasn't livable any longer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So honestly, we put nearly, my wife was able to do a lot of the cabinet somewhat of consignment, or where they take it out of our paycheck.
Right.
But when we add it all up, we put really close to $100,000 into the home.
Holy cow! Wow.
We just owned it for 7 years.
You're obviously in a good area. Empty nesting is kind of the primary purpose. Otherwise, you would maybe stay there.
No, and we really like the neighborhood. It's just the home's too big, and just time to kind of move on from it. So
yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Have something with a little bit bigger main floor for us, and kind of design what we want as we kind of go into those retirement years, and
cool.
That's where we'll end up.
Good. Well, that sounds good. Sounds good to me. Sounds like a plan. And have you had any hits on it or offers?
No offers. I had quite a few calls. Like you said, a whole bunch of realtor calls.
Yeah.
But I've had close to 10 people called about the home. All we've done, and I realize it's not nearly enough, all we've done is put it on KSL. It's not on MLS or anything. And
KSL is definitely a good resource. Everybody who knows about the MLS also knows about KSL.
Looking on the listing, and I've had nearly 400 looks at it at least. I priced it using a good friend of mine or ours who is a realtor. And if we end up listing it, we'll likely list it with him.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
We're more than happy to pay a buyer agent's percentage of the standard 3%.
Let me ask you this. I mean, what, in your opinion? I mean, obviously, best case scenario is you sell it on your own, right? In your opinion, what do you think has stopped it from selling?
Because it's not getting shown. I think if it was shown, it would sell itself just because it's got a lot of really nice upgrades.
Tell me this, how do you feel like it's priced?
I feel like it's okay. I mean, I do think it's...
Are you still at $490?
Yeah, I think it's high for that neighborhood as far as what's sold there. It's the largest floor plan in that neighborhood. It's a subdivision that... there's 2 or 3 homes that are the same size as ours internally. With all the upgrades, I do think the pricing is fine, but it definitely needs to be shown to be able to...
Yeah, so you're saying exposure. It needs exposure then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you feel like that? I mean, ultimately, you feel like that's what stopped it then from selling?
I think so.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. I don't know if this will work for you or not. It may not, but I'm sure there's, a certain amount of cash that you need to get out of the property in order to make it worth it for you to sell, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know if this would work for you, or it may or may not, but obviously, if we could figure out a way that by working together on the property, we could get the property sold by listing it, and if we could obviously net the amount of cash that you need and put in your pocket the amount of money you're trying to get, obviously you'd be open to at least exploring that, right?
Yeah, I have explored that. And my friend is willing to do the same thing, so that's...
Yeah, and
that's probably where we'll go. So.
Everybody knows somebody that's in real estate, right?
Yeah, and he's actually a Century 21 agent. I don't want to share his name, but
sure.
But he is an agent in the area.
Yeah, and that's fair. And I think that's obviously it's a good brand to go with. At the same time, everybody kind of does it a little differently. Sometimes I just had a client that I met with and to list her property. She chose to actually go with a friend of hers because it was referred to her by a family friend, and they became friends, and so she went with them. And literally a week later, she sent me a text and she said, "Hey Alma, it's Sarah. I really wish I would have gone with you. I think you would have done a better job. I just wanted to send you this text and let you know." And I thought that was really cool, and it brought a thought to my mind that sometimes we make decisions based on things like friendships or family, or Aunt Matilda's a realtor, so I'm gonna go with Aunt Matilda,
Yeah.
And I see it all the time. At the same time, when it comes right down to it, it's what's most important to you and what you're going to be able to net and what you're going to be able to put in your pocket, right?
Yeah, but there's some level of debate there. I mean, he's been really good for us, and we'll probably remain loyal to him. And,
sure.
If things don't work out and we need to go a different direction, we'll...
Yeah, and in reality, if I were to come over, I don't have any high pressure sales pitch or any of that junk. We'll just simply look at the numbers. I'll share with you what we've done to sell. Literally on my office, we've sold 1 out of every 3 homes across the Wasatch Front, meaning we sold 5,300 of those.
Wow.
And so, best case scenario is you sell it, period. But at the same time, if it's done right, obviously you'd see value in that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So what typically works better for you, afternoons or evenings?
You know, I'm gonna hold off on you. I'm gonna keep your number, and I don't really want to go down that road right now. So.
Okay. And have you had a comparative market analysis on it?
Yeah, to some degree.
Okay. Did it come out around 490 or? Because my concern is the price at this point. I don't know if it's in the right price category. Not saying that it's listed too high necessarily, but I just sold another property that was actually about $70,000 low, and in that area the buyers just weren't finding it because they were searching in a search bracket higher than where it was priced at. So it could be priced too high, it could be priced too low. There's kind of a sweet spot, you know.
Yeah.
The marketplace.
Well, I'm going to hold off on you. Thanks for your time, Alan. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you one more time, or one more thing, Brian, before you go. I'll be out there tomorrow afternoon. I have a client I'm meeting with at 5 o'clock. I could pop in maybe 7 and drop off a comparative market analysis for you on it, so you kind of have a good perspective. I mean, obviously we sell 1 out of every 3 homes. It might do some benefit for you.
I've got a commitment at 7. Church commitment at 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be out there again on Thursday. Would Thursday work for you?
Yeah, that might.
Okay.
I think, I'm in Atlanta today, so I don't know completely my schedule, my wife and all, but.
Well, what I'll do is I'll just put you down for Thursday. Between now and then, I'll do a little bit of research on the home for you and just pull up some general numbers. And then after I see it, I'll be able to kind of give you a more solid price point on what the value is based on our experience in the marketplace. And then if it makes sense, if it makes sense for us to work together on it, great. If not, no big deal.
Okay, hey, thanks.
Yep, my pleasure. Okay, I'll see you Thursday at 7.
All right.
Okay, thanks, Brian.
All right.
Okay, bye. Okay, so what was the
just a second.
writing down all kinds of notes?
Drop off an analysis, and then once they say yes,
right, then you say
yes. Then we'll see if it makes sense to work together.
Right.
My takeaways were more detailed questions.
Okay.
You asked a ton more detailed questions.
Right. We have all the time in the world. The most important thing is that we set an appointment with this person and he knows why we're coming out.
Exactly. Yeah, I need to feel like I'm less in a hurry and more interest in their answers and expound on it even more.
Yeah. Because even if his friend is a great agent but isn't going into depth and in detail, he doesn't really care about their purpose, he doesn't really care about why they're moving, what they're looking forward to, they won't go with their friend. They'll feel like, you know what, I feel like that Alma's my friend now, and Alma cares more for what we're doing than what Joe Blow cares more.
You were really interested in every detail of that house. What I noticed you did too was he was kind of a talker, although he wasn't really expressive.
Right.
He really wanted to share about his home, and you let him.
Right.
You laughed with him more, and then you went over those basic questions. In your opinion, what has stopped it from selling? How do you think it's priced?
So initially, I went down the same road that you did when you were talking to him, right? And we got through all that stuff. You're building rapport based on the fact of that, hey, I'm going to list you're building rapport on the idea of the home, right? Mm-hmm. And working with him on the home. That's what you're building rapport on, okay? His wife works at a company out in Brigham City. I didn't mention I was born in Brigham City, right? I'm not trying to build rapport based on what we have in common. I'm trying to build rapport on the home, what the home is, and what their purpose is. So I don't care. I mean, everything inside of me wanted to say, oh, I was born in Brigham City, that's great. But the reality was that would have been the wrong step to take, because what happens in my life and what his wife and I have in common doesn't have anything to do with whether or not I can sell the home or if we're the best fit or scenario.
Disconnect.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
and your close was phenomenal. Get the appointment to drop off a CMA.
Mm-hmm. And then when I look at the house, when I see the house, I'll be able to give you a final price point, right? Because then I'll be in the house, got to see it, right? And then if it makes sense for us to work together, great. If not, no big deal.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was fun. Hey guys, if you like the content of this video and you want to see more, subscribe below, like it, and share with those around you. We'll see you next time.